This is Joshua Hart here, 4 seconds out. Delighted to be joined by Carl Frampton here at Wembley Stadium. Carl, it's a huge week. Usyk vs Dubois 2 goes down this Saturday night here at Wembley Stadium in front of 90,000 fans. How do you see this fight unfolding on Saturday night?
It's a really good fight. I think we'd all agree that Dubois is a better fighter than he was the first time they fought, which gives him a chance. Usyk is, is he 38, approaching 39?
39,
yeah.
Something around that.
Not the youngest in the world anymore, but it's not old either for a heavyweight. And listening to what his team are saying, like all the numbers he's been hitting in training have been incredible, and you've got to believe him. I haven't seen any sort of decline in his performances yet. His run of form has been incredible, as has Daniel's. But I'm just going to stop picking against Usyk. I think I picked against him in both Fury fights. I thought Fury's size, certainly in the first one, would have been enough, and got that wrong. I thought Fury would have readjusted enough to be able to deal with him in the second fight. I got that wrong as well. So Usyk, for me, wins the fight.
One thing that some people have been saying, possibly question, is that with Usyk's age now, is there that fear maybe creeps in that he could age overnight? Obviously, last time in the ring back in December. Can you understand why people would be thinking
I
that?
understand it. I mean, I completely understand it. Like, Father Time waits for no man. That's the old saying, isn't it? And it's true. And there will be a point in his career where we just see that Usyk maybe isn't the fighter that he used to be. But I haven't seen any sort of decline in his performances yet. And I know it was about half a year ago the last time he fought, but that's typical in boxing these days, where guys are fighting twice a year. So I haven't seen decline. I like the things that he's saying. I like how serious he is now at this point. Usyk's a character, and he likes to, have a bit of fun, but we can see a more serious side to him, and he just looks like he's switched on to me.
Something else that people have been questioning and raising concerns about with the Usyk camp is the split with long-time promoter and friend of his, Alex Krasuk. Obviously a 12-year relationship, and probably one of the most successful fighter-promoter relationships we've ever seen in the modern-day era. What are your thoughts on it?
I mean, I don't really have too many thoughts on it. I think there's no point me talking about it or speculating. It has to come from Usyk or Alex Krasuk. I haven't seen anything from Alex yet. I haven't seen him give an interview, but I did see Usyk talk about it when he was asked a question, and I think he just says Alex is doing other things for me as part of this. I mean, Usyk's a humongous name, and he'll have businesses and different things. So I think the line is he's going to do. All right, Spence. He's going to do. Spencer's put me off now. He's just working on another part of his business somewhere. So if that's the case, then that's the case. And again, his mentality is bulletproof anyway. Usyk. If say they did have a fallout, not ideal, far from ideal, but it's not going to be something that's playing on Usyk's mind.
Do you think it's more of a case, obviously you mentioned Usyk's answer of Alex still helping him around just in other areas? Do you think it could be a case of Usyk maybe preparing for life after boxing? We know that he has spoke about retirement and saying, including this fight, he's got 1 or 2 more maybe.
Yeah.
Do you think it could be a case of that?
Of course, it could be that as well. But I mean, there's no point guessing. We're making guesses here, and it's better to get it from the horse's mouth.
Absolutely. For Daniel Dubois, a big narrative that I've been seeing people say is that the first time they fought, Dubois was still kind of the boy. Now he's a man. He's been on that big run of form. He's beat world level opposition now, which he hadn't done before he first faced Usyk. How big of a difference can this mentality make for Daniel Dubois?
Well, look, it can certainly help him. And we have seen a change in his mentality and a change in his performances, and I agree with all that. And his run of form has been really good, but people seem to be talking about Daniel's run of form and not Usyk's. And if you look at that, it's Fury, Dubois, AJ. That's maybe the best run of form of any boxer alive at the minute. Incredible. So I get what people are saying. Daniel's maturing. He's growing up. He's getting better as well. But Usyk, for me, he's a living legend. We're witnessing an all-time great right now, like while his career is happening. Special talent.
If Dubois is to win, like, would you classify it as an upset or?
Oh, it'd be an upset, yeah. It would be an upset. But he does have a chance. I don't see this fight as like an 80-20 fight or anything like that in anyone's favour. I would say it's closer to 60-40, 65-35. That's them sort of numbers. Daniel has a chance because he is an improving fighter. He's better than he was the last time, and he's a humongous puncher.
Well, we look forward to Saturday night. Just while I've got you, Carl, a lot has changed, or a lot has happened, obviously, since we last spoke in Manchester just before Jack Catterall's fight against Harlem Eubank. One thing that I wanted to get your thoughts on, Turki Al-Sheikh has got rid of pay-per-views now. He said that pay-per-views will no longer be a thing after speaking with DAZN. Do you think there's a positive move for boxing to make it a bit more accessible?
I'm not sure. I don't know how it works in boxing without pay-per-views. I mean, I imagine that there may be... You see these sort of deals and bundles done on DAZN, so maybe it's going to be something like that, like a bigger subscription, and you get... The pay-per-view model is done away with. I don't really know what's happening, but I can't really comment on it too much because I don't know enough about it. But the more boxing that boxing fans can get to see, of course, that can only be a good thing.
Sticking with the Turki Al-Sheikh and Riyadh season theme, Riyadh season have pulled out of helping make the Chris Eubank Jr. Conor Benn rematch. Just as it seemed like it was nearly there, we had the date announced, promoters were talking about it and announced in September 20th. We were just waiting on a venue. And it seems over the last few days that they can't come to an agreement and the rematch is very close to now not going ahead. Do you believe that this is a fight that needs to have a rematch?
No, it doesn't need to have a rematch. I mean, the first fight gave us everything and more. It was an epic fight. The performance from both guys was very good. Conor Benn I thought it was excellent at times in the fight. Eubank dug in so deep, and someone who's kind of struggles for the weight to be able to fight like he fought towards the end was incredible as well. The dad showing up, everything about it was amazing. Maybe apart from the lookalike ring card men, wasn't girls. That was a bit strange. I actually thought the Ed Sheeran one was very good. I thought it was Ed Sheeran. I thought it was Ed Sheeran.
Wasn't there like a really, really poor AJ one though?
Oh, he was terrible. There was a few bad ones. Ed Sheeran was good.
The AJ one looked like Chris Smalling a little bit to me.
He was shite. Someone's paying him for that as well. It's mental. But yeah, I don't think we need to see a rematch. But we'll see what happens. The last one was unbelievable.
It kind of just had that perfect ending to it, especially with the whole build-up.
Conor, you talk about him being a welterweight. Obviously, his last fight was at 160. I think when you jump up two divisions, it's always going to be difficult to come back down to 147. I imagine it probably was a division that it wasn't the easiest ever for him to make. So I think Conor could maybe be a light middleweight, and there's some very, very big names he could beat. And I mean, you could, if he can do welterweight, you know, Barrios is the champion. I know he's fighting Pacquiao very soon, but you'd expect Barrios to win that fight, and Barrios is a very winnable fight for Conor Benn. So there's options. There's options for a lot more options, I think, for Conor than Chris.
For Chris, obviously, I guess you could say Canelo is an option.
Canelo is an option depending on what happens.
What about Hamza Shiraz?
Yeah, but I mean, it's a hard fight, and for Chris, would he want to take a Hamza Shiraz fight? I'm not so sure. I know Hamza would be keen for it, but difficult fight for Chris Eubank Jr. to win. You
did mention Mario Barrios. What are your thoughts on Manny Pacquiao being granted a world title shot?
It's a joke, really. The last time we seen him box was against a kickboxer, Muay Thai type. I don't even know.
Are we talking in a professional sense? 'Cause if then it would have been August 2021.
Well, yeah.
When he fought your Dennis Ugas and he lost.
Yeah, Ugas and he lost.
Last time he won a fight was 2019.
Yeah, but there was that period where he had this kind of exhibition thing and he looked like shit, if I'm being honest. And I mean, this is what happens when you get older. You can't be like you used to be. And Pacquiao was a hero of mine. I loved Pacquiao and incredible. Again, another all-time great. But how does he? He hasn't had a win since 2019. Did you say? How does he get a world?
I think Keith Thurman was the last time.
How does he get a shot at a world title? It makes no sense, and it just makes the governing bodies laughable again. It's just another. I mean, they do anything they can for a few quid. It's horrible. You know, if we're talking about it's Manny's legacy and everything else, and that's why he's getting the shot. But I mean, how far do you go back then? We start bringing Sugar Ray Leonard back for a fight because of what he's done before. Tommy Hearns, is he entitled?
Shane Mosley's fighting next week at the Indigo as well.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
In more of a bit of more of an exhibition style fight. But he's headlining next Friday against Australian boxer Matt Floyd with a record of 15-2.
Right, I didn't even know that. But if it's an exhibition, that's okay. If they're earning a few quid.
I think it's definitely not a complete professional fight.
Yeah.
But I don't know if it's one of those exhibitions where it's like it won't go down on the records, but it could look like a professional fight.
Right, I'm not sure, but Shane Mosley, then he's another one who has an incredible career. One of the best lightweights that ever lived. Should he be entitled now to walk straight back into a world title fight? No. So it should be the same for Manny Pacquiao.
You know, as yourself, obviously, you've been retired for a few years now. Obviously, we're seeing all these greats get that itch to come back because of how much they love boxing. Obviously, I know you love boxing yourself as well, but do you not get that itch? Are you more than happy retired now?
I'm more than happy retired. I love boxing. Like, I love the sport. I love fighting and sparring, but never really enjoyed the trade. Like, I couldn't think of nothing worse than trying to get myself into shape to fight again. Like, go through a camp. Nothing worse. So, no, never ever get the itch.
Just lastly, obviously, I've just heard you speak about it with Oscar Bevis for the Stomping Ground, but I do want to speak about it as well. Obviously, for yourself, a man from Belfast, a man from Northern Ireland. We saw Crocker Donovan won back in March. I was there that night, and it was one of the best atmospheres I've ever seen. I think the city of Belfast is a proper boxing city. The rematch seems to be getting closer and closer to getting announced, with Windsor Park being the rumoured date. And many saying this is the biggest all-Irish fight we could ever see, or we've ever seen so far. Just for yourself, how exciting is that prospect of boxing in Belfast at the moment?
It's huge, and it would be the biggest. Well, certainly the biggest that I can remember. I'm trying to think if there's anyone maybe as big as that. But two Irish fighters, one from the north and one from the south, fighting for a world title at Windsor Park, massive, and it would be huge. It would be absolutely huge. It would be huge. What's going on?
Where were we, Carl?
We're talking about how big that fight was.
Yeah, Crocker Donovan in
massive,
Belfast.
Massive. Yeah, great fight. And it's good for other kids on the undercard and other local fighters from Belfast, you'd hope. And the good thing about the zone is they don't give... They don't have one-sided fights. It's, there's really competitive fights. And it gives kids from Belfast an opportunity to get on a massive fight night again.
How would you see the rematch play out, obviously based on what we saw in the first fight?
Look, based on what we saw in the first fight, it's kind of hard actually to make an argument for Crocker. I would hope he could win and pull it off because it would be great for the city. And in the same breath, I don't have any ill feeling toward Paddy Donovan or anybody. I respect the kid a lot, and if he wasn't fighting Crocker, I'd be supporting him against anyone else in the world. But I hope Crocker can pull it off. But because of what we saw in the first fight, it's hard to make an argument for it. But he's going to have to be a lot better. He is better than that performance, but he's going to have to be so much better than the one we seen the other time.
Well, Carl, I'll leave it there. Thank you very much for your time. Always
mate.
good to talk.
Thank you.
I'll let you head off now.
Cheers, mate.
Top man, Carl. Thank you.